talking about? They talking about nothing. Good. Got it. Oh, wholeness and good day go away to you all. Let me find my little post that I just did. This will be Heels numerology for January the 2nd, 2026. The year that we embrace, the year we accept, the year that we abide under. Everything else is just lip service. We got to get out of doing lip service. We got to get out of, and again, I've done this before, so I'm speaking from a point of experience. We have to get out of standing on knowledge and on some level standing on our butt hurts to where we become aware that a lot of things we were taught incorrectly or in deception, and then we try and use what we suspect was there before you got taught the deception or corruption without realizing that it was nothing but a corruption and deception too. Even when you keep going back further and further and further, it's all based off of the perspective of whoever was trying to make sense of the information to get the best use out of the information. The problem with that last thing about use of information was when it became the way of using others to maintain self. Then it became useful to lie to people. But the problem that we're caught in now is that people like lying to themselves. Let your life tell your tale. People have lied to themselves so much to where you can give them everything they need to know to do something different. They will argue with you to their last and dying breath to keep doing the same. It is the perpetuation of a cycle. Is something I've talked about for years, to where we're at a point to where you don't even need an overseer, let alone a master. Wholeness. All you need is the thought that keeps the person caught in cycles active, and they'll stay stagnant within themselves. Let your life tell your tale. If everything that you do is always the results of or because of something else, and you have not met the point of sufficiency within yourself, yet you won't do anything different, self-sabotage. That'll come up in this reading. Again, I posted this Heels Neurology on Facebook. Wholeness. So, Heels Numerology for January 2nd, 2026. Again, in my vibrational system, 1 basically represents potentiality. 1 can start dealing with awareness. 1 can start dealing, but awareness in this realm is a trick. So I try not to use 1 for awareness. Because you can be aware that you're in a cage, but if you don't know how you got there, then that awareness is already an issue. So 1 I use for potential, 1 I use for alchemy, the illusionist, the magician, all of these coercive energies. If you're new to me, or if you haven't been paying attention to me, I've been telling you for about 5 or 6 years, alchemy is a trick. It's a beautiful thought process, but alchemy is a trick. Alchemy is nothing but energetic colonization. Alchemy says, I'm going to use my energy, or I'm going to coerce the energy of something else to make it into what I desire it to be. You're going to change something that was potentially fine as it was and make it more favorable for what you desire. Alchemy can become some abusive forms of energy. So again, this whole month of January, what we accept as the 1, is going to show you the primary energy of 1 in the form of potentials. 2 in my number system deals with connections, reflections, knowledge, projections, anything to where you have bounced that energy and the desired effect of getting into something or somewhere else. So 2 is going to be basically your connections. So 1, 2 shows you're potentially connected. And then I'll go down my reading. Again, this is on my Healing Reveal page on Facebook. It didn't make it over to Instagram. So 1, 2, potential connections that show judgment and empathy. Since probably around April of last year, I've been already forecasting 2026 on here and on TikTok before they put me off, and on Facebook and Instagram. And I told you it's going to be the year of empathy. It is going to be the year where people's spiritual addictions run fucking wild. Why? Because energetically, it's a multiple vibration. 20 plus 26 makes a 10. 2 plus 2 plus 6. The number 10 is already a trick. 10 represents choice. 10 represents the initial moment of duality. You get it? 10 represents the minute I get to choose to go in multiple directions. So 10 becomes the split point for duality. I have been presented with a choice. You understand that in tarot we call 10 the wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune is always in motion. But if you don't pay attention to how that motion come to be, it's that centerpiece. What's the centerpiece? You. Your energy is the centerpiece for choosing how to move. So 2026 is going to show you how you move, and as a result of how you move is going to show you your different levels of empathy. And again, empathy for me is energetically being moved into a path. Now I got to figure out why. Empath why? Empathy. Have energized this experience, and now it's moving me, and now I have to find the path to get back to myself. That's like going out into the woods without a flashlight in the middle of the night and then trying to figure out how to get back to where you left to get the proper equipment. Hope you don't try that shit in war. You done left and went out to the field without your weapon, and then once you start encountering fire, you want to go back and get your equipment. You already fucked. That's what a lot of y'all are doing, especially with y'all, it's a spiritual war and all this other bullshit. Y'all are out here going into spiritual war using the same motherfucking equipment given to you by your opponent and thinking that you're not equipped for a battle. Please see Wile E. Coyote in The Roadrunner. You out here practicing spiritual acme. You keep going to acme to get these faulty ass products, knowledge, systems of information, false awareness based off of your traumas. You using everything that hurts you is what's going to heal you. Make that make sense. In this realm, that's called homeopathy. But if you have never practiced homeopathy, if you don't know what you're doing, you're basically already dead. When you are doing homeopathy, which is basically taking baneful herbs and even non-baneful herbs, and you're understanding the harmful component of them, and you're dosing them in a fashion to where what could normally kill you could heal you. You're using something that could potentially kill you in such a fashion through training on how not to get sick. But a lot of y'all are using, as I said, y'all using the sickness as healing without getting rid of the original sickness, so you only pick up something else that's just as sick. That is why, and again, not trying to be funny, you can stay or you can leave. I don't care. This is just my perspective. That is why you're a Christian one day, a Muslim the next, an atheist the next, a practicing Ifa priestess the next week, a Voodoo priestess and Palo Mayimbe, and then you run back to Christianity, and now you're back to atheist, and now you're a Satanist, and now you're a demonologist, and now you're a full-blown occultist, you're a chaos mage, a ceremonial mage, you everything, because you haven't found any definition within yourself. So you keep running into all these tainted systems that are developments of people trying to find an answer, so they create one, and you join right in. Why? Because you never found the answer for yourself. Because again, 2026, the year of choice, you never chose you. 2026 is going to show where a lot of y'all never chose you. You just kept choosing your traumas, or you kept choosing somebody who presented such a fashion to where you think that they potentially got free, and you're gonna follow their trail. There's only one way out, and that's within yourself. If you bring somebody else's perspective into your journey, you're no longer on your journey. You're on an altered course trying to use somebody else's medicine. Better hope they ain't on gabapentin or fentanyl or some shit like that. Fuck around, take that shit and have a heart attack. I'm just saying, resonance only. So again, 2026 is going to show you all year long the choices you make are going to introduce you to the levels of empathy. The levels of empathy that you keep running into will show you your own personal level of addiction. Do you keep running to new drugs, or do you detox yourself and be still and start figuring out, holy shit, I am the sickness? That drug ain't make me use it. I keep reaching for it. That person to do nothing to me, I keep giving them the allowance to do something to me. That's a hard one. When you realize that they didn't do it, you set the stage. That's called self accountability. So, getting back to this reading, because I didn't mean to go on that spiel. The month of January 1 is going to show you the potential of everything you give your energy to. So 1/2/2026, potential connections show judgment and empathy. And again, judgment and empathy 2026 is all about choices. So we'll start there. Tomorrow is going to show you where energetically you have already signed a contract with today. Just for a quick synopsis, today is 1/1/2026, which is I'm potentially choosing. Or another way, since I told you the multiplicity of it, I'm alchemizing the potential of what I chose. If you was here at the beginning, I said that's basically colonization of energy. That is getting somebody who is, oh boy, that is getting somebody who already has a past and they're set in that way, but now you want them to change into something that's more safer for you. You didn't accept them from who they were. You accepted them for the potential of what you can make them be. A lot of y'all still doing that shit. So today's show where you just accepting the changes and you're trying to find the safe changes to change so that you don't have to keep changing yourself by using the energy to change it. In other words, 1/1/1. You're trapped in the potential. 1/1/2026. 2026 is a 10. A 10 is essentially a 1. 1/1/1. You're trapped in the potential. Today shows where you're trapped in the potential and you're just trying to choose the best way to go. Tomorrow will show where you chose to move in whatever you thought was the best connection. That, again, goes to what I said about how people are going to be very fickle in their belief sets. You will either be Benny from the Mummy and keep blending in everything. I'm part Taoist, I'm part Sufi, I'm part Hoodoo, I'm part Hindu, I'm part Christian, because the paths are many. And if it works for you, I'll never be the one to tell you to stop. But a lot of you have to start letting your life tell your tale. Well, all that shit you keep on doing ain't working for you. You're just working for it. So 1/2/2026. Potentially all these connections, you keep choosing them, but they keep choosing you because you're a very delicious source of energy. Very, holy shit, 1/2 will show you 1/2. 12, the hangman. Only you're hung upside down. People normally hang around because they're getting something out of it. Traditionally, before we start getting into racism and hatred and all the other shit, people will hang around because there's something that they want to see. This is you hung around and now you're the martyr. To get allegorical pre-Christian and Hebrew with it, you would hang somebody upside down, you crucify them upside down, so you condemn their soul, never to leave. God. I've been telling y'all for years, 12 is the representation of the ritual. The ritual is what has us here. We are hung up on trying to find something different by using the same. Only look at it. What I just said was, you're hung up in reverse. You can't leave here because you won't let go. You're hung up and you're condemned to stay here because you have not invested in you, so you keep choosing to come back here to see something different. I'm in the Akashic journey. I'm on reincarnation life cycle 688. I'm coming back because I want to be an ancestor. I want to be a spirit guide. I want to be an angel. I want to be an ass. I want to be a martyr. Why? 1/2. The potential of what I'm connected to, especially if I've been fed a bunch of lies from what I read or what's been beaten into me, and it now sounds better than just sitting still and seeing, I'll never choose me. So 1/2, the potential connections are going to show what you chose. You chose the ritual. 12, the hangman. You were Ifa. You was there before it was created. You just didn't like what you saw. And in the beginning, there was the word. You can substitute Ifa or Miller. You can substitute him for Jesus. I didn't like what I saw since, allegorically they brought Jesus to the beginning of time and the Logos was there before the word and all this other bullshit. Well, if he was there before shit got created and he saw that he was going to have to die after he got created, Why ain't he changed shit for the better? See, you don't understand God. See, here come that idiocracy that I'm talking about. You will choose to lie to yourself, spiritual homeopathy. You'll choose to poison yourself for the potentiality of receiving healing. You're a martyr. Next line, 2227. Two, again, connections, but also knowledge. Three of any number that's the same, such as 222, means you're trapped in that vibration. Today was 111. You're trapped in a potential. Tomorrow presents a 222. You're trapped in the connection, but it also has a 7. 7 represents the perspective of myself without any conditions. What was the first thing I said? You're trapped in the connection. That's a double condition. You trapped, that's a condition, and you connected, that's a condition. But I'ma find me. Too easy. Trapped in connection and on a spiritual journey, aka reclamation. I'm gonna keep on calling my power back on. I'm gonna keep going through all these experiences that I'm trapped in until I can find a safe one that don't have me so trapped, and I'm gonna call that me. Spiritual homeopathy again. You're just trying to find the least sick version of yourself. Cosmic psychosis. You're just trying to find that one identity within yourself so you can put a skirt on it and become it. See the movie Split. You become Patricia. 2227. You're trapped in a connection and you're on a journey trying to reclaim you. But if I'm on a journey trying to reclaim me, who the fuck am I? Take your time and ask that one in all seriousness. If I'm going on a spiritual journey to find out who I am, who the fuck am I while I'm journeying? Don't lie to me. Let your life tell your tale. 2227. You're trapped in a connection and you're on a journey trying to figure out who you are. 145. The temperance card. Patience. I am urgently trying to move out of the trap by going through the trap. Again, if you don't understand the word temperance, 14 in tarot is the temperance card. Temperance in the sense of metallurgy is you beat the metal into the shape that fits the best tool. You've been hardened and formed into the best position of usability. If I've been hardened and beaten into the best position of usability and my energy is still leaking, but I'm still trying to figure out where the leak's coming from, that's called no self-realization. That's called lack of responsibility. And it's definitely called lack of self-awareness. Basically, it's called toxic existence. We've seen a lot of that, and you're going to see more of it this year in 2026, is where people have the most fucked up tendencies. The most fucked up of traumatic ass toxic traits that they embrace within themselves. I need you to put me in soft girl area. I need you to do this and do that. Where it's always somebody else's, that connection, it's always somebody else's responsibility to give you what you won't give yourself. You're the problem. Because you want somebody else to do the work that you wouldn't do, and you're going to partially destroy them when they're trying to save you, because now they're going to need to be saved from themselves for foolishly trying to save you where you won't save yourself, plus you harming them. You dumping your energy into them, where instead of dumping your energy into yourself and sealing the leak, you out here drowning not only you, but everybody that you keep making contact with within that trap. Just trying to find balance. So trapped in the connection and on a spiritual journey, you don't realize 1-4, the potential was in the trap itself. Whatever I have a balance with. And in the sense of a connection, that is a balance. Hey, I got a connection over at I got a connection with the plug. Well, what do you mean? I mean, at any time I call them, they're gonna respond and give me a product. We already got a balance, already got an open account. I just gotta exchange the energy. Get my product, I give them the cash and all the other shit. Those are just the menial points of it, but you got a connection. So moving on to the next line, 166. Again, 1, potential. Or in this case, alchemy. 66, self-sabotage. Master number 66 means that your foundations are already split. I have a foundation here with potentiality and a foundation here with potentiality, and I'm going to choose them both. Spiritual polygamy for some of y'all, but you probably won't get that. You trying to divide your time between two things when you can't even handle one of you on your own, and you're going to lie to yourself about being able to handle two of somebody different. But here's the trick. You can if they can't handle themselves. And if you're a polygamist or bigamist, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, polyamory nowadays, that's no shade on you. But a lot of y'all know good and well that you're in relationships with substandard partners because you're substandard yourself, and three substandard motherfuckers make potentially one standard person. See, we cover each other's shortcomings, but you ain't done nothing to fix your shortcomings. So sooner or later, y'all gonna be short and all coming together. Alchemical self-sabotage. Trying to change things that require you to change it. By changing the amount of energy you keep for yourself. Basically everything I said. Spiritual polygamy. You dumping your energy into somebody who hasn't dumped enough into themselves to understand the amount of self-sufficiency they should have on their own. So they're fine sharing you in quadrants with others because that's what makes them feel safe. Spiritually, that's what a lot of y'all do. Remember I said the Benny from the Mummy analogy? You just want to get out here in whatever system where you see people who think like you, my soul tribe. You want people who have the same shortcomings as you so that your shortcomings don't feel so short as all. Potential self-sabotage. You don't want to do no work. You just want to be in an environment where people are not being worked over so much because two pieces of shit in the same pile, both of them don't smell so bad together. God diggity damn. You still a martyr. Potential self-sabotage. You still hanging around where your energy is already killing you. But your shit don't stink. Take your time with that. 1, 2, potentially knocked out. Potentially connected to what's killing me. But even that's deflection. A lot of y'all are potentially connected to somebody who is low-key killing y'all in a relationship. But in this realm, because they are showing and exhibiting so much energy, you point the finger at what they're doing to you and don't take accountability. You see that pointing the finger? There's only 2 going out, but there's 3 going in. I don't take responsibility for what I communicated with and for what I created and for what I allowed. A lot of y'all would do well to try that. It ain't what people are doing to you, it's what you're allowing within yourself. Expectations. You're a martyr. You got expectations of creating time for an experience when the whole experience didn't do nothing but not only take your time, but waste it. And what's time? This is my energy. If somebody is wasting your energy and you keep showing up to see if that's truly the answer, you wasted it too. You wasted it first. They just did what you hired them to do. Verify that I'm wasting my energy. Okay. Fucking spiritual taste tester. God damn, this energy is delicious. Can I have some more, boss? Yeah, because I don't value it. Is what some of you need to say. I don't value my time, so I keep wasting it. But sooner or later, you're going to see me for who I am. You're going to stop doing this to me. Okay. Next line, 13. Okay, death. 13. Potentially, that 3 I told you about, 3 in the sense of the divine empress is the major point of communication. It is the major point of where I'm about to create something. About to create. 3 is a thought. I've given all my potential to the thought that I want to see. Remember, this is about making choices of what you want to create and connect to. Once you make a determination for what you want to create and connect to, if that is greater than just being still and choosing you, you're fucked. That's the kid in the candy store theory. Going to get locked in the candy store, something gonna get ate. A kid in the candy store that has been given permission to just get what they want, something finna get ate. And something gonna get ate up too. The child is gonna end up sick. Energy all ate up because it didn't have enough awareness to sit still because it got presented with 2026, too many choices. 2026, the year of empathy, the year of choices. Too many choices for you to not connect to means you're going to connect to something. Why? Doubt. You're already a martyr. 1 + 2, 3. The thought has already told you all of the potential of what you can see. And for a lot of people, that's too much. If there's too many choices around you and you feel like I have to choose something, you start to lose the capacity to say, none of them were for me. You start making assessments of which one ain't so bad and which one is going to be the most detrimental and which one maybe I just don't know. And you're going to start giving yourself reasonings based off of that doubt and fear that you have to choose. You'll make a choice. You'll do what we do every 4 years, or what most of you motherfuckers do every 4 years. You get out and vote. Hey man, them motherfuckers ain't gonna do but keep lying to you and taking all our money and then finding ways to kill us. Yeah, I know, but we gotta vote because see, this the 67th time we done did it, and maybe it'll work on the 68th. Idiocracy. 13, death. 13 represents death in tarot. What is death, transmutation? Death is the end, the ending, learning to begin again, just as it is the beginning, learning to make it to the end. It's a never-ending cycle. Death is just a label. Death is just a transition. Death is just a transition, but death is only as final as the perception of the perceiver. If you think, oh, Big Mama did and I'll never contact her again, then that's on you. If you think, oh, Big Mama did, but she in heaven and I'll see her when I see Jesus, then that's on you. If you, oh, Big Mama did, but I still feel her in my soul and I hear her, then that's on you. If you think, oh, Big Mama did, but I got a slice of chicken and light a candle and then she gonna manifest in my living room, then that's on you. Do what you do. It's your own interpretation of death. But the problem with death is it killing you. Are you dumping so much energy into the thought of what you think you have to do to receive a result that the only result you are receiving is you now have less for you? Take that away from the transition moments of Big Mama and put that in the sense of your relationship, your family, your job, your government, and anything else. Do I have to keep giving to them? Your religion too. Do I have to keep giving to them so that I can one day receive? This is a lopsided fucking relationship. Cue in some bullshit ass reasoning that's killing you, but it's already promised you life. See how that worked out? You already a martyr. Why? Because you don't know that you're the leak that's helping to create everything. Because all you know that there's a leak that is an occurrence. So you're going to invest in everything that's saving you, which means you already hung yourself. You didn't understand your own energy. You don't understand your own energy. You just got put into spiritual agitation. You just now realize that you've been told that you're sick. So you get out here and hire a healer to heal you by giving you the experience of healing by harming yourself. So wait a minute, was I really sick, or did you just place that thought in my head that I was sick, and then you make me create all these concepts that tell me they can heal me, and now I'm left in this realm of insufficiencies that only show me how to harm myself with the intent that all these things that I help sponsor and create gonna one day save me? It's not a lie. As a trickster, it's not a lie. I promise you all day long. I've been telling you this since 2015. As a trickster spirit, we do not lie. We just present a perspective that requires you to understand your version of truth. Tricksters do not lie. A spirit can come into you and tell you that they're fucking Genghis Khan by perception, and it won't be a lie, and then give you information that is going to be half laced and half labeled, and it won't be a lie. It'll just be based off of the perspective of your own experience and your own hangups and your own fears and your own idiocracy of knowledge. What you think you know versus what you have allowed to see and flow, get so many of you lost. You stay in death. And I was talking to one of my friends about that earlier on a post. He's talking about purgatory because ego killing a lot of people. Or his words were ego, death. I mean, ego is going to be the death of so many people. And I said, by my perspective, ego is the reason why a lot of people can't live. They're caught in low vibration. They exist in this lower vibrational realm where we're only based off of sociopathy, pederasty, greed, fear, division, rage, anger, poverty, all lower vibrations. That's this realm. Because people can't put their ego down enough to stop being moved by lower vibration to see that the only thing moving the lower vibration is them. Their martyr energy. They keep hanging around and getting caught in ego traps and wanting to see life by making sure that life does not thrive here. So this is a realm of death. Perspectives. And so he was like, yeah, you're going to stay in purgatory. In that sense, this is purgatory. You can't get life, yet you can't die, because the only thing keeping you here is the fact that you can't keep still. You understand that more classical sense of purgatory? It's a place of indecision. You haven't decided to heal. You haven't made it towards heaven. You haven't made it towards hell. You just kind of, I mean, hell or heaven. You're just kind of in a nimbus, a limbo zone. What if this is the limbo zone? What if this is the nexus realm where you're just stuck here because you can't choose you, so you keep choosing all the shit to move you when that's the whole trap? You stuck waiting on death, but death is waiting on you to fucking live. Holy shit. Death, only life in low vibration is an automatic death because it requires your energy in order to survive, a parasitic existence. You give your energy into what's killing you, only it can't kill you because it needs you to live. Holy sheep shit. Ignorance. You fool. You are the trickster. You are the issue. This is Eshu, Elegua. Elegua is the messenger to the divine. He is the keeper of the crossroads, and he will kind of, on some levels, again, speaking as a trickster, and this is the most sacredest clown I've ever met. So energetically, a sacred clown shows the mirror to you, and you got to make the choice. Eshu says, I'll show you a choice, but it's going to be your free will. But in this sense of speaking of death, I'm not going to show you shit. You got to rely on your own level of ignorance. Everything else I just said, you have to understand on your ability to ignore what ain't got nothing to do with you. Holy shit, 2026, the year of choice, the year of spiritual addictions, the year of empathy, connected to too much shit because you can't keep still. You haven't learned how to ignore, so now you become the perpetuator of ignorance. Again, I've been saying this for about 5 years too. Not my circus, not my monkey. Learn it again this year. In the year of empathy, where everything wants for you to become addicted to it so that it keeps taking your energy, figure out which ticket you purchased. Do you have on the clown suit? Are you the monkey? Are you the ringmaster? Are you in the stage eating the popcorn? Are you the elephant? Are you the gorilla? Are you the lion, the tiger, the bear? What the fuck is your role? And in all of them, ask yourself why. Because if it's not my circus and it's not my monkeys, why am I in the stands eating popcorn? That's going to hurt a lot of y'all this year. All this lower vibrational social media they keep putting in front of us for you to connect to, celebrity bullshit, interpersonal bullshit, black-white bullshit, man-woman bullshit, YN versus white YN bullshit, old school versus new school, anything that's going to promote any level of separatism in your mind, the divine trick, keeping you feeling separated so you'll stay in a ritual of keeping you divided. Your own ignorance. Zero, the fool. The fool has all the choice. In classic tarot, the fool has a knapsack on his back, 1 foot off the cliff, and plenty of options around him. That motherfucker can go anywhere he want to go. Why? Because the only person he or she is hurting, themselves. Your ignorance, where you think everything else is hurting you or you need to hurt others so that you can learn how to heal, it's all you. The only thing that you're killing is you. Energetic investment is basically self, S-E-L-F, and sell, S-E, yeah, I'm not going to do that one yet, but it is C-E-L-L. It's cell death. In the sense where we function as a collective consciousness, if one cell within the collective consciousness is only intent on harming another cell in the collective consciousness, can you not follow me? That's called spiritual AIDS. That's called an autoimmune disease, when one part of the body attacks another part of the body because it now thinks its sickness is great enough to cause it harm. God, I wish y'all would get that. But you're caught in ignorance. So now you're caught in low vibration. Now you're caught in death while you're lying to yourself about how to survive. Most of y'all don't know how to live because you ain't learn how to survive. Because you're out here using concepts that only taught you struggle, but promised you a gain later. 13, you go to 4, a gain later. You trapped. Remember, I told you this is basically a format of purgatory where you ain't chose you, so you keep choosing the energies that you think is going to give you life, by keep sponsoring the energies that you think is going to show you death, but death won't claim you. God damn it, Brad Pitt. Easy now, girl. I'm on vacation now. Irie, everything Irie, man. Everything Irie. I not be here for you, sister. Oh, bad man, not here for you. Oh, bad man, you come take me. No, sister, I'm on vacation. Death don't even want you. Death has fucking fucking PTO days because of you. Death gets to take time off because your dumb ass keeps on giving life to everything that ain't got nothing to do with you. All disrespect intended. Death won't work in this realm because you keep giving life to everything that's killing you. So all I got to do is sit back and drive the boat every now and then to make sure that the one side don't get heavier than the other so it can keep shit in flow. So death is only as lively as the experience, and the experience is only as lively as the dead part of the soul of the experiencer. When you ain't learned that this is all you still buying from concepts that told you how to find you. Remember earlier we went on a journey to find us, but we don't know who we are, so we buying into doctrines and programs and scripts and religions and traditions that teach us who we are. Or we're learning who we are from others who can't figure out who they are while they sitting in the corner with a glass of goddamn red wine and a blunt, trying to figure out how to get out of their own fucking psychoses and depressions. But those are your gurus and leaders, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line, 4. Balance is a trap. What do you mean balance? Balance is a box. Balance is a box where you are trapped into this purgatory system because you're trying to find the right account to get free. Let me find the right combination. 0, 0, 0, 0. Click. Damn, it sounds like it open. Psst, hey, don't open that. You don't know what's on the other side. Yeah, you're right. Just stay here with me. Says your thoughts. You got the key. You can get out, but you don't know if there's something more dangerous on the other side. I think I'll stay here. Been saying this for a long time, and many others too. At some point, you didn't need an overseer or a master on a plantation. That's why them sick motherfuckers could leave on long vacations and leave the slaves in charge of the slaves, because at that point they were scared to be free. Psychologically damaged to the point to where freedom ain't gonna be free, and freedom might not be so free at all if master come back and find that I ain't here. Self-containment. A lot of y'all can get out of your traps, but as shown here twice, you're already a martyr. You're too connected to what already has your potential that you don't even believe in yourself. So 4, trap, the balance. The balance is you're connected to something that only taught you harm. God, that one's too easy. 4, balance is a trap because balance requires duality, connection, and that negates your ability to just be you. So you can only become, B-E space C-U-M as in nut, or become, B-E-C-O-M-E, create. You can, both of them are forms of creation. You can become and universe, U in a verse, universe. You, unlimited potential in a story. Trying to figure out which story is going to show me the safest me, what I told you earlier. You no longer know who you are, so you're just trying to tie your energy into the experience that is going to show you the safest representation of what you would like to become. So that's basically an experiment in experiencing thoughts in expansion. All the potentials, remember I told you that 3, all those thoughts that potentially said, no, become this. That Bugs Bunny analogy I gave a few months ago. Hide me over here. No, not there, pal. Hide me over here. No, pal. Hide me over there. You want to find the safest spiritual witness program. You want to find the safest place to hide and become it because you no longer trust who you are. You ain't lose your identity. You're just scared to find it. You ain't lose it. 4, the balance is the trap. You're more connected to what you can become than what you are. Holy shit. Please watch as people have been displaying that, and it's going to become more prominent. I'm telling you, not only are the current Indians not the Indians, but the Indians that was the Indians won't be the Indians, and the Africans won't be the Africans, and everybody gonna be where they not from. And not only is America now Egypt, but Pluto gonna be where Mars is. You're gonna need to find an identity with the most cockamamie bullshit that ain't gonna change nothing, because anything is better to find to deflect your energy from you than to have to find out why you keep deflecting your energy from yourself. Spiritual paranoia. Ooh, we was kings. Balance is a trap. 4, that thought deceived you. I can't make this shit up. I told you the thought was the issue. 3 is the thought. Deceit. Oh, shoot. Look in the mirror. Yeah, but I see where once upon a time my people was under subjugation, and that's why my hair is long and I got black feet, because I'm 1% Cherokee. Whatever. Do you let your life tell your tale? These false motherfuckers that are like 95% Caucasian and 4% Native ain't no better. So no, I'm not absolving them. But if you keep being scared to be where you potentially are from because it's such a trauma, you'll keep trying to steal where everybody else is from. So holy shit, you ain't no better. It's the same shit I said. When that one cell in the collective consciousness now attacks the other cell because it thinks the other cell might make it sick, both of you motherfuckers are in danger. You'll deceive yourself. Because at the end of the day, what I be trying to tell y'all is don't none of that shit matter. What does it change? I don't give a fuck where you're from or where you're not from. What are you gonna do different? It's the same thing like knowing March 21st, the vernal equinox, the spring equinox. That's the traditional first day of the year. Excuse me, sir, can you please sign this check? What's the date? January 2nd. What year is it? 2026. No, sir. 2026 don't start until spring. Excuse me, sir. We can't take this check until you put the right number on it. So don't deceive yourself by trying to stand on knowledge when you're still caught under a spell. Don't trick yourself. Look in the mirror and see who you really are and not what you want to see. And even in saying that, when you look in the mirror, find that part of you that ain't doing nothing but representing your rage. Angry motherfuckers. Next is last. Look at 1/2/2026. 1/2 half. 1/2 is half the fucking problem. The thing is, with 2026, where it is representing your choices, half of the problem is you don't know what you're connected to. You just do what you're told. 1/2 is the ritual. 1/2, half of the problem is you part of the ritual. You gonna sign up for the spell, and no matter what system of righteous knowledge you believe in, it ain't gonna make nothing different. So instead of wasting your energy on trying to make sure that everybody know that you know about the spell, stop spelling yourself. Let your life tell your tale. That's how you do it. We gonna operate within this container field because collectively we're disconnected. So as you learn to collect your own disconnection within the collective disconnection, stop disconnecting yourself by trying to collect others. You catch that? Spill your perspective, understand which cells you operating around, and make sure you ain't selling. Told you it's gonna come back up. SALE, sale, or SELL, or SAIL, words of spells. Make sure you ain't selling yourself down the wrong river. Make sure you ain't selling yourself to another plantation. Make sure you ain't selling yourself as in pimping out your fucking energy. Oops. Half of the problem is you won't understand that. Too distracted. The titty is your motivation. In the sense of the titty, we talk about nourishment. When a mother pops a titty in a child's mouth, they are nourishing that baby and giving it life. If you understand on a deeper level, it's a duality. That baby feeding from that mother's nipple is giving that mother life too, because it's teaching her body how to be a nurturer, and the chemical process, the mental process, the physical process, the spiritual process, it's a bonding. What was this whole thing about? Spiritual bonding. You're connected. But if you're connected to something that is only showing you struggle, that ain't a good connection at all. 2/8/10. You're only connected to what you choose. But if what you're choosing keeps popping this titty in your mouth and you keep spitting up, you might need a new formula. They got you on Enfamil, but your ass needs Similac. When honestly, all you need is natural mommy's titty. You out here taking false shit, and so you're gonna switch from one false formula to another false formula because you still nourishment. You still need nourishment because you forgot to nourish yourself. Half the problem is if you nourish yourself, you see ain't shit out here to choose from. If you nourish yourself, you'll see ain't shit out here to choose from. So the only shit I choose from is the shit that has chosen itself, and then we can choose each other. That is as close as you're gonna get to reciprocity. But if I'm in a only in a reflection of I'm in danger, then I'm only gonna choose from the safest things that may potentially be endangered too. And I already talked about this earlier. Two endangered motherfuckers make danger feel less. But danger never leaves the equation. So if you're gonna be out here dealing with half of the problem, what's your motivation? This is the queen of waters. This is the siren, the sea hag. Odysseus, Black Panda, Wakanda Forever. Oh, when they open their voice and let out their song, whoever hears it has to obey. The thoughts can trick you into connecting into what's showing you struggle. Eight is a struggle. And if you stay connected to a struggle, you'll never sit still. And what's the goal of the energy? Is to keep you seeking it, trying to find you through it, which means it gets to tell you who you are. That's a hidden component. When you keep choosing things that are only energetically moving you, they now get to tell you who you are. Last card. They now get to tell you who you are. They control your death. What I tell you earlier, death don't want you here. You in stagnation. Stagnation, purgatory. You in stagnation and can't die. Why? Because you won't let go of what you're holding on to, which means what you're holding on to is holding on to you, and you're all going down together. Holy shit. This will offend some of you, but some of y'all might want to start snitching on your goddamn traumas. You understand that? We're going to all go down together. I ain't going to snitch on you, brother. I understand that you the one that did it because I was there, though. I didn't know what you was doing, but I represent the hood, so I'm going to take these 20 years. Shit. Now, you've already transmuted your own existence for the benefit of somebody who transmuted it for you without your permission. A lot of y'all are in an experience of something that's only designed to destroy you without your permission, but because you don't know how to live for yourself indirectly, it don't need it. Damn, sounds like a government. You voted for them. They lie to you about they work for you, but then they do everything to show that you work for them, and they ain't gonna even pay you. 2026, the year of empathy, the year of choices, the year of spiritual addictions. And once February comes, when the Chinese New Year kicks in, the year of the fire horse, the year of motherfuckers on a journey that won't keep still, and they out here trying to burn everybody just as bright as they've been burnt within themselves. Yikes. A lot of trauma and toxicity ahead. How you stay out of it? Get the fuck out of your head and stop connecting to people who are not truly connected to you. And the ones that connected to you, you better find out they're only a reflection of the connection to yourself with trauma, or if they're a reflection of the connection to yourself in reciprocity. I know it's a lot of words, but you motherfuckers live under a spell. We all do. But when you become the thinker, you get to write more than you get written under. Oops. Wholeness, motherfuckers.